Hello, hello, hello. Let's do another TV review. Let's do that. This one's Severance. It's on Apple TV Plus, and it's just finished. Finished a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to kind of keep this as spoiler free as possible, because there's some things in it that I enjoyed and some things that I didn't enjoy. Um, Severance. It's a science fiction psychological drama starring Adam Scott, Zach Cherry, Britt Lauer, Trammell Tillman, uh, Patricia Arquette, John Turturro, and Christopher Christopher Walken. Even makes an appearance in it. It's got 9 episodes, and like I say, the first season's just ended, and they're going to be running a second season. So, yeah, looks like I'm going to be in it for the long run. But imagine Lost. Imagine Lost. Do you remember Lost? Imagine that being set inside an office block, inside a inside an office, and yeah, it's about some co-workers who work for a mysterious Lumen corporation. Lumen. That means light, doesn't it? Lumen. It's not spelled like lumen. It's spelled like lumon. Um, but I think it could just be a play on words. It's directed by Ben Stiller. It's his project. His project. Not all. I don't think it's all directed by him, but he's the showrunner. I know he's directed quite a few episodes in it. And the premise is, well, it's a bit of an odd one because it's science fiction. The idea is that the workers in this block, on this floor of the Lumen company, have a process called severance, which means their professional life is separate from their personal life. And so when they enter the building and go in the lift, they have one set of memories. And when they leave, they have their home life memories. And there are no memories of home life and work life. They're separate. They are separated. They are severed. And that's the idea about it. It's a really curious conceit for sci-fi drama. But if you think about it, sometimes, when you get home from work of a night, God, it's been a long time, you just don't want to talk about work. You want to shut off. It'd be good if you could actually forget what you've been up to. Wouldn't it be good if you could actually separate your professional life from your personal life? And that is the basic conceit of this. And like I said, it concerns a number of workers and their experience of this severance process. And of course, there are people who are for it, and there are people who are against it. And there's possible exploitation involved. There's mysteries. There's all manner of stuff. And it's good. Like I say, John Turturro is excellent. Adam Scott's good. He's the lead. He plays a character called Mark Scout, and he's like the everyman of it, but he's suffered some personal loss, and that's why he doesn't want to remember things. He wants to forget half of his life. That's the reason he's done it. Everyone in there has a different reason for why they've signed up for the severance program, and we don't all know why, the whys and wherefores. And it's as the show goes on, a little bit more of detail is given. Again, if you're not into that kind of storytelling, it can be irritating. You're not necessarily going to like it, but if you bear with it, it's one of those, what they call it, mystery box kind of stories where you have to wait for bits to happen to get the full story. But it's also some parts of it are almost a satire on corporate life. There are many processes and little company rituals that they have that are played out. There's a whole history and almost religion that's related to this company. Keir Egan is the mythical creator of the company, the guy that founded it, and he is held by some in reverence, almost like a god. There are parallels almost to Scientology and cult-like behaviour, so that gives it an extra level of interest. The music is brilliant. The opening credits are fantastic. And it's a bit of a weird one. I have an issue with it. It's too long. It's 9 episodes. Some of the pacing is glacial, and it can be off-putting. I'm glad I stuck with it, because I nearly gave up, and it's very unusual for me to give up on a show. But at the beginning, I was like, I don't know if I can carry on. I think it might have fit better if it was 6 episodes. They may have got the pacing just a little bit tighter, a little bit, a little bit more movement. You need that forward movement of the narrative, and it does take a little bit of a while to get moving, as it were. So that's my major criticism of it. However, purely for the last episode, the finale, the episode 9 was just one of the greatest. It was a really great piece of television, really tense, really heart-stopping stuff, and the way the program had ratcheted up over the previous 8 episodes, it really got to you. And that ninth episode, that last episode, it's well worth slogging through it for that payoff. It really was. I mean, this is why sometimes it is worth kind of slogging out to the end. But I still stand by a lot of these shows now that are special, these special TV events that they have on like the streaming services like Apple TV Plus and Netflix and Amazon. I think one of the major issues is now, let's just take as much time as we want. You get that with movies a lot. A good paced movie should be about 90 minutes. I watched Nobody the other night, 90 minutes long, perfect, not an ounce of fat on it. But nowadays, movies aren't afraid to push towards the 2.5, 3 hour mark. It's too long. And I think that kind of culture's moved into TV, and a lot of these shows could do with a little bit of editing down. But don't let me put it off you. I did enjoy it. It just took me a long way. It just takes a long way to get there. It's about 2 or 3 episodes before you really kind of start getting into the pacing of it. Christopher Walken deserves a mention because he plays against type in it. The playoff between him and John Turturro is brilliant. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. Also, I want to talk about Britt Lauer, who plays an important character in it, Helly Riggs. And I haven't seen her in anything else before, but I thought she was really good in it. Her character, she's done quite a lot of things. I'm just looking at her in the Internet Movie Database thing. Should have seen her in Always Sunny in Philadelphia. She guested in there. I guess she's one of those people that did a lot of character work before this, but she's really, really good in it. She's kind of the second big character in it. And it is a psychological sci-fi thriller. It's got a very 70s kind of feel to it as well. The way the computers are designed are almost 80s. There's a timeless quality about it, almost like they're out of time. The mobile phones that they use aren't smartphones. They're like the old flip phones. So this could be set in the past. There's lots about it. The way they dress is a bit 70s. The cars are a bit, you do wonder if this is all an experiment, that this compound is within another compound. It gets you thinking. Once you get into the rhythm of it and you start identifying things and how the Severance process has affected them, again, I'm not going to spoil any of it. That's for you to see. It's fascinating. Also, again, it is a satire on office life, because when you join a company, you fall into their rituals and their way of thinking, and you become almost programmed to the company way and the company culture. It is also a great satire on that. And it would, again, it feels like one of those great dystopian 70s nightmares, So go and check that out. If you've got Apple TV Plus, again, it's a shame with all this stuff now. You get all these digital doldrums where you don't necessarily get a chance to see these things. I don't know if you can get it anywhere else. I don't know if it's being... I don't know if you can buy it as a download on Apple or whatever, but give it a go. It might, like I said, even though the first few episodes might feel like it's pulling teeth, it gets better, I promise, and it gets weird, and it gets, gets strange. But the payoff, the last episode, is like really cool. And the conceit, the memory conceit thing is, it's really good. Anyway, I've been talking about Severance, 9-part TV drama on Apple TV Plus, which has just finished. It's sci-fi psychological thriller. It's really too clever, I think, for its own good. Directed by Ben Stiller, among others. And give it a go. And thanks for watching. My name's Darryl Lock. Only one more thing I have to say before my voice croaks out, because I've gone a bit dry. And that's ta-da.